Hello, good morning. Welcome to our live broadcast. We're going to be chatting about the Samsung Galaxy A event here at Engadget. I'm senior editor Devinder Hardwar, and I'm joined with our senior editor Sam Rutherford. Hey, Sam.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. It's an exciting time. Typically, we do the Engadget podcast around now, but you know what? Samsung just scheduled this thing, so we're going to kind of do our flow here. We're going to talk about the Galaxy A, which is their mid-range phone line. Probably expecting some fun things this week or this year. And right after this, we're going to be talking about the Engadget podcast. So we're going to go right into the show, probably recapping this event. And we've got some weekly news and stuff to catch up on. But yeah, good morning. Sam, how are you doing? Are you excited for this? Like you're in the thick of it, even after joining us like just not that long ago, right?
Yeah. And so it's really interesting because, you know, Apple had their event last week and, it's not that we're not that far removed from Samsung's Galaxy Unpacked where, they talked about all the new
Yeah.
Galaxy S devices. And so it's like,
Yeah.
interesting timing. And I think the real interesting part is that Samsung announced the Galaxy S21 FE just like at the beginning of the year. So it's like, I know that there's the ongoing chip crunch and all that, but the timelines got messed up a little bit,
Mhm.
especially for the last year's FE device, which eventually came out earlier this year actually.
It's also confusing. Last year, wasn't it like it was just like 1 week or a couple of weeks between the S21 and the A series launch too, which
hmm
is kind of funny. But yeah, so what did you have an experience with last year's A series, and what do you think of like that line versus the S series? It's my opinion that cheaper phones, mid-range phones, are kind of more exciting just in terms of like what hardware they can cram in
hmm
at a more affordable rate. I don't know about your thoughts, Sam.
Yeah. Oh, that's definitely the case. It's kind of you have to remember that a lot of people. We spend a lot of time talking about the Galaxy S line, the Galaxy Note, the Reborn,
Yeah.
and the Galaxy S22 Ultra, and all that, and just standard S22, S22 Plus. But the Galaxy A series line is actually Samsung's best-selling line,
Oh,
and
that
so
makes sense.
that's
Yeah, yeah.
that's
Mhm.
their bread and butter. It's more affordable. It's more approachable to most people. Like the idea that the majority of people are out there spending $1,000 or $800 on a phone is just simply not true. Even though they are like the shiniest and the most interesting devices, I guess from a certain standpoint. So it's like it's really nice to see Samsung giving attention to its mid range devices, and for a lot of people, especially in compared to the S21 FE, the Galaxy A series is like, oh, this is the budget or more affordable Samsung phone line
Mhm.
that a lot of people care about because it's, we're expecting it to be even cheaper. The S21 was about $700, and so it should be interesting from that perspective.
Yeah, it is funny how quickly phone prices creeped up because I do remember when Androids started coming out, and I guess it was like U.S. subsidies and stuff kind of hit the prices. But when I started covering, what's it like the Galaxy S2, right? Like I think the S1 people tend to forget about, but the S2 and the S3 is when things got really interesting. Those things were
hmm
like $200, but you were getting them under contract, so they kind of had other fees built in there. It is kind of interesting to see how much things have jumped. Have you been like, what do you think about all that? Because I know you've been following this entire industry for so long too.
Yeah, and so if you look at the history, like there's a very clear progression. It was like Galaxy S2, S3, and then the S5 there was a real break after that because the S5 was the last one, the removable back. It had the removable battery, and then after with the S6, they went to that glass back, and that really
Yeah.
changed things. And that's when Samsung's like, oh, we're gonna really lean into the premium space. Yeah, the Galaxy Note had been around for a little while, but it's like the Galaxy after the Galaxy S is like, oh, the Galaxy S is our premium phone line, and the Galaxy
Mhm.
Note is our like special thing for like really hardcore, big phone nerds and everything like that. And so, I mean, on certain respects, you got to have someone's got to be, the counterbalance to Apple's iPhone line. And then, in some respects, in more recent years, like Samsung has kind of gone even past that with the super expensive foldables, and then
Right.
even like
Right.
the Galaxy Ultra, which is like more expensive than Pro Max. And so it's like they've been kind of doing this like how far can we push premium while still not like alienating everybody. Um, but yeah, it's just really interesting from that kind of perspective.
Samsung is just like, yeah, throwing everything at the wall, I think. And sometimes that strategy works. I do remember when the Galaxy Note first came out, we were all like, huh, this
hmm
is this is a big big tablet, big phablet, and that's where the phablet term came from. Holding it up to your face looks ridiculous. Turns out we just kind of stopped holding our phones up to our faces for a lot of folks. So
Yeah.
For better or worse. I wanted to take a moment to thank everybody in the chat room for joining us. I see our podcast regulars here. I see Chiming Chung, a bunch of other folks. Who else is here? Kushet of G Marks, Jiffer, Zrix. I don't know. ZRYXE. Thank you all, everybody, for joining us. It's going to be a fun chat. We are going to be watching the stream along with you guys. And during breaks, we will take some time and chat about things. But Samsung tends to move pretty quickly. So if there's like a promo video or something, like maybe that's when we'll jump in. So just sit tight. Thank you all for joining us.
Yeah, we're kind of expecting this one to be a pretty tight presentation.
I hope so.
Yeah. Especially after, like having like some sort of event, like at least every other week, since the beginning of the year.
They stay busy over at Samsung. I see other people. OG Tank, Chen Hao Chen. Oh man. So this is right now I have an ultra wide monitor set, so it is very nice to like be able to see the chat, the stream, you, Sam, and this whole thing and my notes and stuff. Anything you want to mention, Sam, like going into this event? Or how are you feeling about this year in terms of mobile? Because I feel like last year was kind of big on 5G, and 5G personally to me feels like a bust in America, at least. Like it's fine. Like the part of it that's like basically the next form of LTE seems to work fine. It hasn't really changed my life or anything. I'm still very mad about millimeter wave and how like inaccessible that is, and that's what was sold to us for so long. I guess we will see, because I know there was a 5G A series last year, right? So Samsung's been doing this,
and Samsung has been generally really good about making 5G available across its range of devices, at every price point. But I think that's a good point you bring up when you talk about 5G. It's like a lot of people is like, somebody's like, should I upgrade my phone to get 5G? And like my kind of feeling on that is like having 5G is a bonus. If you get basically almost any phone above $500 will have 5G support in some fashion. It might not be full millimeter wave, but it'll at least be sub 6 gigahertz or the mid band. And so like get the phone because you want better battery life or better performance or better cameras. You'll be getting 5G in the process, but like you said, it's like it's so dependent on where you live, what carrier you're on, and stuff like that. It's like it's hard to like blanket recommend. It's like, oh, you upgrading to 5G will vastly improve your day-to-day experience. And it's like without knowing exactly where you live, it's hard to like really say that 100% with confidence.
For sure. And even now, like I live right outside of Atlanta. There's still like I'm on Verizon. There's still dead spots when I go to like certain parks and things. And it seems like at least the one thing I was really hoping with 5G is that it would offer, broader coverage with fewer towers or something, like just blanket coverage better. So we don't have these random dead spots all over the place. I will say this. I don't know. A lot of people are looking like when they upgrade to 5G, they don't notice anything different with their phone. And there's a lot of different things to look out for. I'm sure our audience probably has a good sense of it, but can you give us a breakdown, Sam? Like you've got sub 6, you've got millimeter wave, and then there's the mid band stuff that is coming in now, right?
Right. And so sub 6 gigahertz is like the most pervasive sort of 5G. It has the best, carrying distance. And so you don't have to, that's like the kind of blanket. And in general, I've seen about like 10 to 15%, maybe even 20% faster speeds overall, depending on the carrier. Thanks to sub 6 gigahertz. That's what T-Mobile was doing, like really pushing for a long time to really kind of make sure that like you see that 5G icon on your phone no matter where you are. And then Verizon was like kind of the biggest pusher of millimeter wave, and the really great thing about millimeter wave, it has super fast throughputs, really like good bandwidth, but it has very short ranges. So you have to be 1 block, maybe 2 blocks from the near cell tower. And
line of sight ranges too, right?
Yeah, and it's got to be just line of sight. Close. So even windows will block millimeter wave, and going inside pretty much any building will block millimeter wave. So like the carriers have kind of adjusted their strategy where they're putting millimeter wave in arenas and stuff like that, where they know there's going to be a lot of people and there's going to be a lot of congestion, and they don't have to worry as much about line of sight because you put it in arena, big stadium. There's not much, stuff blocking you. And then last year, mostly AT&T and Verizon, they got their new C-band spectrum and they've been turning that on. And that's really kind of the like second stage of the 5G
Hmm.
rollout in terms of like, improving those general bandwidth speeds, general data speeds. And so really making it like adding coverage that we should, lift general 5G performance across the board.
Hmm. Hmm. I feel like the thing I keep harping on is that I hope carriers also adapt new strategies for dealing with, higher bandwidth. It's like I know a lot of people are still data capped, and data caps are still relatively low. It's really hard to enjoy the speeds of 5G, even it's in its like average form.
Hmm.
5G could be better than LTE, but are so many plans are really restricted, and I kind of I hope we do something about that because
Yeah,
it's like owning a Ferrari and you have to drive it at 30 miles per hour, around the block, dealing with stoplights and everything. It
totally.
feels really restrictive for the technology. Have you ever like had a good millimeter wave experience? Because I really can't think of one myself.
Yeah. So I mean, every now and then, like either for work or just because I'm like, like professionally curious, it's like
Hmm.
I'll be out testing 5G speeds, and like I've seen upwards of 1500 Mbps in like Manhattan, right
Oh yeah,
outside of
beautiful.
right
Hmm.
right outside of MSG and like Bryant
Hmm.
Park. And so they are putting it in places where they think people are gonna be. And if you can actually get those peak speeds, it's like, oh wow, that's awesome. And I actually got like millimeter wave 5G at an airport once, and I was like, oh man, I can
Oh
down.
yeah.
I'm like downloading stuff before I go on the plane. Like this is awesome.
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
and so that's kind of nice when it happens, but like, it's still pretty spotty. So it's like it's not you can't guarantee these situations, and that's what makes it frustrating for people is because you
Hmm.
need that reliability or at least that confidence. It's like, oh, I need this fast speed and I can get it now.
Hmm.
And so I think it's going to be a long process. I think a lot of people think about 5G as like it's a 10-year rollout for this
For sure. Yeah.
technology. And if you look at back, it was similar for 4G. It's like we had 4G and then 4G LTE, and that was like kind of like a 10-year process.
Absolutely. What we had HSPA plus, which was basically
Hmm.
3.5G. I remember that whole thing. I'm thinking. I moved to New York in 2009. I recall, and
Hmm.
even then, it was basically just 3G before LTE started rolling out, and that shift was pretty big because I remember the moment where I was testing something like the iPhone 5. I think that was the first LTE one, and I could like leave a movie screening because I do movie critic stuff too. And I really like this movie soundtrack. I go to Spotify, hit download, and within 30 seconds, by the time I'm in, walking through the subway and in the subway, the whole thing is downloaded. So that was game changing for me. I'm still not sure what the 5G stuff is. I almost wonder if like, do we need more 5G laptops? Is that the thing? Like when you go to the park and you sit down
Yeah.
and you have like instant internet access, it's blazing fast as it is at home. To me, that would change a lot of people's lives and the way we function, basically.
For
Yeah.
sure. And like, actually that's a good point because I think last year, like I had an emergency where,
Hmm.
there was water leaking into my apartment, so we had to turn off all the electronics, but I had to take a meeting. So I went into my roof and tethered 5G on my phone and was like doing, video chatting, Zoom,
Right.
Hangouts, whatever. And it was like shockingly smooth. And it was like, oh man, it's like that was one of those situations where it was like I didn't really have any other choices. So it was like, I have to use this 5G for my connection. And it's like, hey, it actually worked out pretty well. Now, luckily, I'm in Jersey City, Verizon's
Hmm.
kind of home territory, so they have really good coverage. T-Mobile has good coverage, and like AT&T has been, they put a new 4G cell, not a 5G one, like right out next to my window. So it's like
Hmm.
I'm kind of in like a good spot for coverage, and obviously that might not happen for everybody. And then to your point about like caps, it's like this is something like I ask the carriers about
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
frequently because it's like if you get 1500 Mbps or 2 gigabits a second on your phone, if your cap is 100 gigabytes or less per month, it's like you can eat that up in no time. And it's like
15 minutes. Yeah.
yeah, and
Yeah.
that's something that
Hmm.
like they keep the general response is like, hey, we're constantly evaluating it to make sure, but it's like, they're always going to be a little bit behind of the technology because if you're a real
Hmm.
enthusiast, you want to use this as much as possible, and
Hmm.
the policies aren't quite there to support full-time 5G use the way a lot of people might want to do.
Absolutely. So we're seeing credits for the Samsung event. I guess they are gearing up to start we have talked about a couple of things. I just wanted to put this disclaimer out there. We used to be owned by Verizon. We are no longer owned by Verizon, but they are like a minority investor in our current iteration, basically. So yeah, we talk about all these companies. Even when we were owned by Verizon, I think we talked about the 5G stuff and our issues with that. But yeah, let's see. Galaxy A.
All right.
They should be for awesome.
What are you doing? Awesome's what I'm doing. Awesome screen, awesome camera. Awesome screen, awesome camera. Awesome is for everyone. Awesome camera. Awesome screen.
That's a good tagline, actually.
It's good. I think they
Hi everyone.
just a little.
Welcome to the. Not right. There, that's better. Hi everyone. Welcome to the Galaxy A event. We use our smartphones every day in so many meaningful ways to learn, create, and explore, to communicate more deeply, and to collaborate with one another. Samsung Galaxy innovates to support all those awesome things you're doing on your devices. Because we believe that no one should feel limited by their technology. The Galaxy A series has always made our core technology accessible to all. Whew. And today, we're so excited to launch our latest lineup with phones that help you connect with the world around you and take creative strides. Let's check it out.
People were saying in the chat that the stream today is vertical, so I'm going to pull it up on my phone, but I guess it could be looking at how it's broadcast here.
Come with me, 'cause I know you wanna move as the beat goes.
Awesome camera.
Just move your feet out on the street. You got nothing to lose. Can you just feel the groove? Just move your feet.
Awesome.
The new Galaxy A53 and A33 are some of the best looking phones out there. Whew. Everyone has a unique style, and this A series is designed to match yours, whatever it may be. The new Ambient Edge smoothly integrates the camera with the body of the phone for a more seamless effect, and the slimmer bezels deliver a more unified look. These phones come in timeless black and white, plus two new cool colors, Awesome Blue and Awesome Peach. And these stylish devices will help support all of the awesome things you're doing. We're giving you an incredible display that helps you interact more seamlessly with your passions. Whether you're finding the latest gaming hacks, trying out a new recipe, or even learning how to make the most out of your smartphone camera. And we're continuing to make our high-quality screens more accessible so you can explore your interests and discover new skills on a large, Full HD Plus Super AMOLED display. The Galaxy A53 has a 6.5-inch display with a 120 Hz refresh rate, and the A33 has a 6.4-inch display with a 90 Hz refresh rate. Both provide a smooth and vivid viewing experience that keeps you engrossed in your content. We know you're on your phone a lot, and we don't want you to strain your eyes. The Galaxy A series comes with reduced blue light, so your eyes can stay comfortable while you stay in the zone. Visuals are only half the viewing experience. You need amazing sound to match. When you're watching your favorite content, you want to be able to hear it loud and clear, even if there's background noise. Galaxy A53 and A33 come with a stereo speaker that delivers incredible sound that's louder than before. And with Dolby Atmos, the sound will be rich and immersive.
Awesome.
Time for some fresh air. When it's so bright out, it's difficult to see your screen. We've combined a brighter screen with an intelligent algorithm, so even if you're outside, you can see the display more clearly with less glare. This algorithm works especially well when you're viewing darker visuals. So no matter how bright the sun or where you are, we're bringing you the technology you need to do truly awesome things. Here's Daniel to tell you more.
We use our smartphones to view content and create it. With the latest Galaxy A series, we are supporting all of the things that you're creating, helping you to capture those flashes of inspiration and authentic moments, push the limits of your imagination, and share your unique perspective with the world. The Galaxy A53 and A33 come with a versatile quad camera system that helps you capture photos and videos across different environments and lighting conditions.
Oh, interesting.
And when you need more detail for those really intricate creations, the main wide camera on the A53 has a 64 megapixel sensor that helps produce high-quality photos and videos. Across the camera experience, the Galaxy A series makes high-quality tech more accessible. Because for your next creative project, you need powerful creative tools to help achieve your vision. When taking a portrait, the subject should be in focus and be the focus of the shot. The newly enhanced portrait mode on the A series now captures depth and subject outline with more accuracy. It uses dual cameras and powerful AI to keep attention where it should be, like on that burger. And it's easy to give your shot the perfect mood by choosing from one of the many different portrait effects. So before posting, you can add your creative touches to your pro quality shots.
Awesome.
We know your life isn't static, and neither is your content. When you're filming on the go, the Galaxy A53 and A33 helps capture super smooth video. With an innovative combination of powerful hardware and sophisticated software that catches every dynamic moment. The shakes or bumps that might happen while you're walking, it gets stabilized by the advanced OIS and VDI's technologies, working in sync to counteract movements while you film. Galaxy cameras are known for incredible quality in low light, and we're bringing those innovations to the Galaxy A series.
This thing is in vertical
With improved
elevation,
night
which is
mode,
impressive.
the cameras in the Galaxy A53
Hey,
and
keeping it
A33
on brand, I guess.
come with powerful AI that synthesizes up to 12 frames at once, producing stunning shots with less noise and blur. And when you're filming video, these AI-powered cameras automatically adjust the frame rate, bringing in optimal light to create a brighter video with less noise. Now that's an intuitive experience that prevents your video from dropping in quality, even as lighting conditions change.
Have we seen auto frame rate and anything
But
before?
AI,
That's interesting.
it isn't just for taking photos or videos.
I don't remember exactly.
Galaxy A53 and A33 now come with Object Eraser, which uses AI to analyze and identify objects in your photo so you can get rid of any unwanted things to create images that fully capture your vision. Now, that's pretty cool, huh? The powerful AI on these devices is fueled by an advanced 5nm processor with enhanced CPU, GPU, and NPU performance. And for even more processing power, RAM Plus lets you use your phone's internal memory to create additional virtual RAM, so you can launch and run apps even faster than before.
Okay.
But I know your phone's not just for work. Sometimes it's for fun.
RAM
Let's pull it up.
come back.
There we go. All right, this is fun mode. It lets you add more personality to your creations, like your social posts, funny selfies, super long snap streaks, and things like that. Our camera partnership with Snap makes it easy to show your friends how you're
Always
feeling.
got to push those social media integrations.
And fun mode now works with the ultra wide lens, so you can add playful lenses to yourself and your friend all at the same time. And whether you're creating for fun or for work, we've made it easy to store and access all of your memories. OneDrive syncs Samsung Gallery across your devices.
Okay.
That means
Thanks-
you can
thanks
access your
for
photos and
letting us know
videos
OneDrive
from your
exists.
tablet or
I love OneDrive.
your
to be honest.
PC with ease.
True.
And with
Good
Link to
product.
Windows, you can connect your
you know,
Galaxy
not exactly
phone
new.
to your Windows PC, so you can conveniently keep working without interrupting your flow. And when you want to share your creations with the world, Galaxy A53 and A33 makes sharing super easy. The fastest way is Quick Share. It lets you instantly share files with people around you, even if they don't have a Galaxy device. Or use private share. It lets you set an expiration date for what you're sending and disable screenshots and resharing so you can have more control over who sees your masterpiece. And for things that you really, really want under lock, like a copy of your passport or that photo from high school that you don't want anyone to see, you can use Secure Folder, which is an encrypted storage space protected by defense-grade Samsung locks. It even has a biometric lock and PIN for extra security. Seamless sharing across devices is a cornerstone of Galaxy's open ecosystem. It's how we launch our awesome creations into the world and how we make amazing connections with others. And now, to tell you more about how the Galaxy A series brings us closer, let's head back to Reeve.
I wish they actually shot these things on the phones.
Thanks, Daniel.
Yeah.
These days, we're doing so much virtually. So we rely on our devices to keep us connected. Texting, calling, video chatting, collaborating, and brainstorming. To help you do all that and more, we're bringing you more access to core Galaxy technology, like RCS and Messages, a global texting platform that lets you send and receive high-quality photos and videos and share reactions. It also supports end-to-end encryption so you can connect with your friends across borders with better privacy. Now, more than ever, you need real-time, in-the-moment connection. I mean, how else are you supposed to get your work done or catch up with your friends? We've enhanced your phone's 5G to unlock faster upload and download speeds. And there are so many projects at work or at school where you really need to collaborate virtually. You can share your ideas and brainstorm together on Jamboard live through Google Duo. We also know that many of you enjoy working in different environments. And no matter where you feel the most productive, Galaxy Buds can help cut out background noise so your video call experience stays seamless. And these buds work so well with our Galaxy A series because we're bringing you a connected experience across your Galaxy devices. Like with Auto Switch, when your buds automatically switch their connection between your devices. But my favorite thing about Galaxy Buds, how easy it makes sharing audio with friends. With Music Share, your friends can easily connect with your Bluetooth speaker without you disconnecting from it. And with Buds together, you and your friend can listen to the same audio, even from your separate sets of Galaxy Buds. A great screen, an awesome camera, and a connected experience? The A series brings you the full package. We're excited to see what you do with it.
Hey everyone, it's Somi. If you love exploring the city, I'm sure you rely on your phone to get around and to capture every awesome moment. But sometimes, accidents can happen. Like if you drop your phone, spill a drink, or are faced with unexpected rain. With the Galaxy A53 and A33, you don't have to worry. They're water and dust resistant and have a sturdy frame that helps protect them from drops and scratches. It's more convenient to travel light. With Samsung Wallet, I can keep my ID, my credit card, and keys right here in my phone. Perfect for when I want to get some ice cream. Exploring never really ends, right? It can last for hours and hours, and you don't want to have to stop and charge your phone. Galaxy A53 and A33's battery lasts up to 2 days, so you can go from an adventurous day into an exciting night. Even if you forgot to charge your phone the night before. And the reason the battery works so well? It automatically manages the apps you don't use much and puts them to sleep. And when your battery finally is running low, you can use Galaxy A53 and A33 super fast charging. Today was fun, but I'm so ready to go home. Now, for some music. Oh no! I think I lost my buds. but no reason to stress. I can just pull up Smart Things Find on my Smart Things app and figure out where I left them. Of course, the ice cream shop.
That looks familiar. Just a bit.
Here at Samsung, we want you to always have access to your technology.
I was
you can
waiting
do
for the
awesome things on
BTS
it
cameo.
for longer. If you misplace your device, the Smart Things Find network can help you find your lost buds, smartphone, watch, and more. It generates more than 2 billion data exchanges between the Find network and Galaxy products every week, helping you locate your lost items. So much of your life is on your phone, so protecting your privacy is essential. To bring you more peace of mind, the privacy dashboard on One UI 4 shows you at a glance which apps are accessing your data, camera, and microphone. So you get to choose who can see what, because the power to protect your privacy should be in your hands.
So now they're talking about some of the new additions to One UI 4.0 that Samsung added
It's
because
our
of Android
priority
12.
to make our
It's
technology
nice,
more
but
accessible
not, you know,
and to bring you
all
more
brand new.
powerful tech that lasts. You'll be able to enjoy One UI 4, the latest in the Galaxy user experience, and extended software upgrades on the Galaxy A53 and A33 make sure you can access this One UI and all of our latest technologies for even longer. These software, hardware, and battery life updates are all part of our mission to make your devices more sustainable. Because the longer your smartphone lasts, the longer you'll use it, ensuring less waste and helping to safeguard the environment. The Galaxy A53 and A33 are a boundary-breaking combination of today's innovations with yesterday's recycled materials, including
there's only one
polycarbonates
A53.
such as water bottles
With
Yep.
IP.
even CD
Good.
cases. And we've mixed those old materials with new ones to create your SIM trays, side keys, and more. And they come in eco-friendly packaging made with less material too. From increasing the lifespan of our products to reducing waste in our packaging, we will continue to innovate and build a greener future for our planet.
So it can't
Galaxy
confirm, but it looks like we're not
A53
going to get a
and
power
A33
adapter in the box.
give you access to core Galaxy technology, enabling you to do truly awesome things. An awesome display that helps you learn, even outside. An awesome camera that fuels your creative spirit, day or night. And a 2-day battery life that can keep up while you explore the world. And with IP67 dust and water resistance, you can rest assured your phone is up to the challenge. The Galaxy A53 will be available on April 1st from 449 euros, and the A33 on April 22nd from 369 euros. Pre-orders for the Galaxy A53 start tomorrow. And if you pre-order, you'll be able to experience Galaxy Buds Live on us. So, pursue your passions, get creative with your friends, and make a difference. We know that awesome is what you're doing. So we built a phone that does just that. We can't wait to see what you do with it. Thank you so much for joining us.
If I want it, I'ma get it. What are you doing? Awesome's what I'm doing. Awesome scream.
Oh, here comes the awesome.
What are you doing? Awesome's what we're doing. What are you doing? Awesome's what I'm doing. Awesome screen, awesome camera, long lasting battery life. Awesome screen, awesome camera, long lasting battery life. Awesome screen, awesome camera.
This is very much like the Mitchells versus Machines, the aesthetic
Yep.
of that, just like the creativity and everything. Okay, that's it. 20
Yeah.
minutes. Not bad, Samsung. We've got two phones. We've got the A53 5G, I guess. Last year there were multiple models for the A series, but now it's just the 5G one.
hmm
And
Yeah.
the A33.
So, and we had a couple people in chat asking like, hey, where's the A73? And I think that's an interesting point. It's like, you know, there's the A53 5G and the A33 5G. And I think, you know, for us, for people in the US, the A73 didn't even come to the US last year.
Right.
I believe. And so it's kind of interesting from a standpoint. It's like, oh, I guess Samsung is like, oh, this model is kind of redundant, especially with the S21 FE existing, because it's like, you know, they mentioned the pricing, and let me pull up see if I can find the US pricing real quick. Yeah, the A53 5G starts at $450. And so if you look at the 450, the S21 FE at 700,
Mhm.
yeah, Samsung maybe could have squeezed something in at 550, but I think, without risk of like completely oversaturating it, I think it looks like the A73 is just not happening this year,
Huh.
or is just much less important. And I kind of get that from a business standpoint.
Absolutely. Makes a lot of sense. Okay, we are gonna anything else you want to mention about the event, Sam? We've got a couple of minutes, and then we're gonna transition over to the Engadget podcast in a bit. But thank you all for joining us for this thing, for the live stream, and I guess the first vertical only live stream I've ever seen. That was surprising. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Samsung made that the TV, I can't remember, it's a Zero, where
Right,
it
right.
tilted from landscape to portrait. So you know
Mhm.
what, Samsung, do you could keep doing the vertical thing, I guess.
That's true. And maybe they seem like people will only be watching this on their phones anyway. So
Mhm.
if you're watching on your phone or you see clips from this thing on your phone, then it's like, oh, yeah, so this looks cool. I'm seeing it in the orientation I would want a new device in. So that kind of makes sense.
Mhm.
What do you think of, like, they didn't give us specific chips or anything, right? Like, we're still waiting for some more
Right,
details.
and that's something we have to wait a little bit to confirm, because it's
Mhm.
a global presentation, and Samsung always does this thing where, like, a lot of times in US in Canada, we'll get the some sort of Qualcomm chip, and then in the rest of the world they'll get some sort of Exynos equivalent, and there's a little sometimes difference in features and performance, but they're largely on the same level.
Mhm.
I know Exynos is going to be available for the UK market. Still waiting to get more details for US specs.
For sure. I just want to shout out. So we actually have full coverage of this already. Matt Smith in our UK office has previewed these things. So he has a post up called the Galaxy A53 is the first mid-range Samsung phone with 5G. And I want to shout out a couple of things I noticed. First of all, 5G is a standard for a mid-range phone. That's pretty nice. 120 hertz display. I know Samsung has been big on getting fast refresh rates into their phones, but to see 120 hertz on this one, and even the A33 is going to have slightly, smoother 90 hertz. That's pretty impressive to me. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And especially if you look at, Apple just refreshed the iPhone SE, and they didn't
Mhm.
give that any sort of like ProMotion or high refresh rate capability.
Right.
And it's
The
about
iPhone 13 plain one doesn't either, right? So
Mhm.
yeah.
And the A53 is about the same price as the SE. So you're looking at like a very different strategy in terms of like specs and performance. And also, one thing I noticed, if you look at the back of the new A53, you'll see 4 camera lenses. Now,
Mhm.
there aren't actually 4 cameras, because one is a depth sensor, and then the other one is a macro camera, which they mentioned. And then the other 2 is your main camera and your ultra wide. So there's no dedicated telephoto camera, which is, I think probably the biggest differentiation between the standard S22 and the A53 5G.
For sure. And I found I have a iPhone 13 Pro right now, and I didn't think I'd get much use out of a macro lens, but it actually ends up being really, really useful. Even if it's just like I want to take a close-up photo of my cat, or my cat's paw, or they're just really close to the lens. I have found that super, super useful, more so than the zoom stuff. Just looking through.
Yeah,
the
it's
posts here.
it's always interesting, because it's like, ideally you'd love to have a zoom and a macro, and I think sometimes you get that on more expensive phones, but it's
Mhm.
always interesting to see on like mid-range devices where it's like companies kind of sometimes have to choose between, do we do telephoto or do we do macro. So it's interesting to see Samsung lean more towards the macro side for the A53.
For sure, for sure. Okay, well, we are burning good podcast talk here, folks. So we are going to take a quick break, and we're going to reset and get up for the podcast. So stay tuned and join us. We'll recap this event. We'll go into more context. We've got some news to talk about. And my review of the Mac Studio actually just went up on the site too. So I'll be talking about that. Give us a couple minutes. We'll be right back, folks. Hey folks, we are back. We are preparing for the Engadget Podcast live stream right now. I'm Senior Editor Devindra Hardwar. I'm joined with Senior Editor Sam Rutherford. Hello, Sam.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going good. And hello, Ben. Ben is our podcast producer. He's joining us. He saw some of what was happening in Samsung.
Hello.
Ben is currently. You look like you're in like the front room of a bar somewhere. Or something. Like I just see cartons of beer next to you.
Well, okay, the cartons of beer are actually so my I have family that it intends on moving very soon. They haven't sold their house, but they know that when they put their house up for sale, they're going to need to leave immediately.
Yeah.
So they're already putting stuff in boxes.
That's smart.
These Miller Lights are actually full of glasses. There are other moving boxes back here, and then just all the tchotchkes back
just
here.
looking at that space,
a benefit
thinking,
of living in Florida.
I'd have a hard time
Ben.
putting that stuff away. I just see all sorts of tchotchkes and glass and stuff like, don't want to move there. We are going to be talking about Samsung's Galaxy A event, which just finished. Sam and I did the live stream. We'll recap that here on the podcast. And the Mac Studio reviews are up. My review just went up along with the video stuff. So we will be diving into that thing and some recent news. Okay, as long as everybody's good, we just have to reset and get everybody set up to record the podcast. My recording has begun. Thank you all for joining us on the live stream.
Yeah, my recording is about to start.
And for people asking where Sherlyn is, she is on vacation for a couple weeks. So it's going to be me this week and next week. And then I'm going to be off for a big chunk of time for paternity leave. So Sherlyn and Sam and other folks.
By the way, enjoy that time. I know this is your second, but like, it's such a roller coaster. Just like, I can't. It's one of those things like you just want to be there and like focus on the kid.
Absolutely, like that. I'm looking forward to that. It's also like the rare moment in our culture where you could also like just not work for a month or two. It's strange. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to baby number 2. All right. I see people there.
Okay, I am just about ready. Give me
no problem. Okay, what else is on? Let me actually pull up the podcast notes because I had so many windows open. Okay, we're also going to bully Ben in terms of getting a new computer already. So that is on the docket of things to talk about. Disney Plus teasers. There is
cyberbullying is on the docket.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ben comes in with a good life tip of, hey, if you need boxes for moving, go to your nearby liquor store. And now it's time for the bullying to commence.
Absolutely. I remember when I was in Brooklyn, like I had to do that. The nearby stores, I would just like go beg for boxes.
There's a classic Seinfeld bit about, hey, you start to smell boxes when you're about to move. It's like, got boxes.
Yeah. Got boxes. Cool.
Okay, yeah, I am ready. I'm figured out. Okay, so chat, we're going to sync. That helps me a lot with hold on, I'm getting it.
Yeah. We should start doing this like with a timestamp website or something, but this is fine for now. Yeah.
Okay, wait, I might need to log out and log back in.
Okay.
I'm having
Take your time. We're sitting with
issues.
chat. I'll see who is in the chat today. I also lost my keyboard. Dude named Charlie. Hello. Rick Donato. Chris Angelo Perez. Thank you. He said congrats. John O. Charles Knight. Albert Aiden. Seeing a lot of names we have seen before. Thank you all for joining us. Really short event from Samsung, and I want more of those. Give me more of those.
I appreciate it every time. Yep.
Sometimes it's like, this could have been a press release. This could have been a blog post, or just like drop the video, the cool, extra creative video showing off these phones. Just drop the video. You don't need to have an event for it, but okay, sure, fine. We are going to collecting questions. Samsung is giving away their buds. Do you have experience with the buds, Sam?
Yeah, the buds are solid. I mean, Samsung is always like pretty good about trying to incentivize people with a lot of pre-order bonuses. Sometimes they'll give away 256 gig micro SD cards or free buds. I think back at MWC, Samsung announced the new Galaxy Book 2 series, and I believe pre-orders just went live for that, and they're giving away a free monitor if you order a new Galaxy Book 2, which is like really wild to me. So I think it's like this is just like Samsung doing. It's like, hey, let's boost up those sales as much as we can.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm back.
Ben is back.
Figuring out one last thing. Good God.
It's all good. This is why we took a second to collect ourselves, get ready for the podcast, and also we were just planning to like do the podcast at 11 a.m. So we're early in our minds.
Yeah, it's true. Okay, so yes, I think I'm ready, Julio. If I'm not overheating. Okay, good.
Close everything else, including Chrome, like other Chrome, I guess. All right, we're good to go. Let's clap when you're ready.
Okay, yeah. So chat, if you want to clap along with us, we're going to do a sync that helps me with like editing the podcast and everything. Then we're going to do a little bit of silence, actually, just like 5 or 10 seconds. So I'm going to count down from 3. At the end of 3, we're all going to clap, me, Sam, and Devindra, and you too, chat, if you want. So 3, 2, 1. Silence. Okay, silence over.
Hello.
We're ready to move on.
We are going to go right into the podcast as usual, folks. And if you're just new, we're going to be recording the podcast. This is mainly for audio. We can't really interact with the chat while we're doing these sections, but we will try to make some time for Q&As. And we've been talking with folks for a while too during this live stream. So don't feel bad if we cannot directly respond to you. Ben will be taking notes for any possible questions, and maybe occasionally if we misspeak or, if there is a good addition to our conversation, we will throw something in, but just sit tight. Okay. Let's go in 3, 2, 1. What's up, Internet, and welcome back to the Engadget Podcast. I'm Senior Editor Devindra Hardawar, and today I'm joined with our Senior Editor, Sam Rutherford. Hey, Sam.
Hey, how's it going?
Hello. And Sam is not Sherlyn. Sherlyn is on vacation for the next few weeks, taking a well-deserved break, so everybody send her your well wishes on Twitter. Sam and I will be talking about Samsung's Galaxy A event, which we just did a live chat over here on the Engadget YouTube channel. We'll also be diving into some other things. My review of the Mac Studio is up too, so I'm excited to talk more about that thing. So much power in a little box. I really appreciate it. As always, folks, if you're enjoying the Engadget Podcast, please be sure to subscribe to us on iTunes or your podcaster of choice. Leave us a review in iTunes. You can always email us at podcast@engadget.com. Typically, we do a live stream of the podcast recording on Thursdays around 10 a.m. Eastern. It was delayed a little this week because of the Samsung event. But hey, we're still here and we still got a good crew. So join us, please. So, Sam, we have more Samsung phones. We have the Galaxy A53 5G, which looks like it is only 5G. It's not like last year where there were multiple A52 models, and there's an A33, which is an even cheaper phone. Can you give us the rundown? Like, what is new and fresh about these?
Right. So this is kind of like, Samsung's continuing of like kind of beefing up their mid-range portfolio. And so, like you said, that the big thing about the Galaxy A53, it seems like it has kind of like more comprehensive 5G support across the line. And so it's going to be available from all the big carriers, AT&T, T-Mobile, Verizon, which is nice. So you don't have to really worry about that. And obviously unlocked models will be available too. It starts at $450, which is a really good price point, because if you think about it, the S22 starts at $800 for the baseline S22. The S21 FE, which came out at the beginning of the year, is $700. And so
did they confirm the US pricing for these? Sorry, just because
yes.
the stream was just like pounds, right? Or it was
euros,
euros,
the stream was pounds, but I did some digging.
It was euros,
and,
yeah.
So the official US pricing is $449, and it will be available March 31st. And pre-orders will be going up very shortly.
Gotcha. I don't see anything about the A33 in the US. Do we know if that's headed here?
And that's the one I'm not sure about. I'm still
Mhm.
waiting on more info for the A33.
Mhm.
I think, you know, even going back to last year, Samsung has really been like pushing the A53 as like their
Right.
main bread and butter mid-range phone. And for those who weren't in the chat before, it doesn't seem like there's an A73 this year, so they just
Mhm.
kind of lopped off the top of the Galaxy A series line, and so the A53 is kind of your new like
Uh-huh.
big highlight A series.
I guess that makes sense. And they just announced the S21 Founders Edition, right? Which
Hmm.
that's cheaper than the current flagship line. So I guess that takes the A73 role, right?
Yeah, and right, and that's because of the late timing for that one. Usually, the fan edition
Fan
comes
edition, yeah. Mhm.
comes out in the fall, the previous year, and because of the global chip crunch, it seems like they just couldn't do that this year. So it came out at the beginning of the year, right after CES, and that was $700. And so, in a lot of ways, you're right that's kind of filling the shoes of the A73 that we didn't
Mhm.
get. Like
Gotcha.
a lot of
Gotcha.
people might have been expecting.
I'm seeing a couple stats around the A53 that were just like really surprising to me at first. So first of all, 4 camera system. We'll talk more about that, but also 120 hertz display.
Mhm.
That's pretty sweet. That's really nice to have on a mid-range phone. I know a lot of Android phones are doing this, but I'm coming more from the land of iPhone, where it's like I had to go to the iPhone 13 Pro to get promotion, and last year it was only the Pro Max, right, that had
Right.
it. So Apple has been really slow to bring high refresh rates to their phones, and I am just so spoiled by these things. Like, to me, that was a big upgrade. Just like smoother doom scrolling on Twitter, smoother like everything. Basically, like all we do is scroll all day, and have that not irritate your eyes and just kind of look better. Was a big like quality of life improvement for me. How do you feel about this one, Sam?
I absolutely love it. You're like you hit it on the head. It's just like Samsung has been really trying to expand that high refresh rate availability displays across a lot of its devices, and so it's really nice to see that come down to a sub $500 phone. I'm with you. It's like it's like kind of like when you're talking about what do you do all day? You're
Yeah.
looking at screens, and so you want to, if you're sitting at a desk, you want to have a nice monitor, and if you're looking at your phone, you want to have that high refresh rate display because it does make a difference. It's subtle, but like it's one of those things. It's like once you get used to it and you go back to a 60 hertz phone, you're like, ooh, what is this?
Yeah, absolutely. We just reviewed, Sherlyn just reviewed before her vacation the iPhone SE, the latest iPhone, and coming in at a similar price, right? It is slightly cheaper.
I believe it's 430.
Yeah, it's 430, 429 technically. If you're like somebody who can both rock Android and go iPhone, I have no idea why you would go for the SE over this thing, because this thing is just like feature packed. More features than even the base like iPhone 13, to be honest. How are you feeling here? Like, I do feel like there's a bigger divide than ever when it comes to like value. I suppose that's always been true for Android, but the mid-range phones used to kind of be awful. They had less build quality. The cameras weren't as good. They weren't as fast. And it seems like we've kind of gotten over that hump. And Samsung and a lot of other Android makers are just like making these excellent mid-range phones. I don't know what the point of the SE is anymore, or at least I wish the SE was better and Apple's entire line was like a little more modern, just like that.
Yeah, to me, like absolutely. I think the SE always kind of felt like a missed opportunity for Apple because you're right. You look, the newest SE has one rear camera. This thing has 3 or 4, depending on how you look at it.
Right.
It has the
3 cameras and like 1 depth sensor, right?
3 cameras and 1 depth sensor, and it has the 120 hertz refresh rate. They both have 5G. Okay, that's great. And like, but the SE has a much smaller screen. And I think it's weird because the SE is kind of in that weird and interesting like niche that like it's for people who still want that classic Touch ID home button, which
right.
It's nice. Don't get me wrong. But at the same time, and it's got a really good processor on the inside, and so you're going to get really great performance. But aside from that, not as much has changed as I think some people might have wished.
The design is really like holding that. I've held an SE.
That's the iPhone 6 design, basically.
That's the iPhone 6 design. Has super thick bezels, especially around the top and bottom. And you're looking at the A53, and it is a gorgeous like edge to edge front screen, you know, and a really nice big screen too, like significantly bigger. Yeah, I don't know what the calculus is here for Apple, but okay, very exciting. Anything else you want to shout out? Like how do those cameras look? I know there's a macro camera now, which I really appreciate on the 13 Pro. Very nice to see that in a mid-range phone like this too.
Yeah. I gotta admit, I'm not as much of a macro fan. I do generally prefer telephoto. I'm always finding myself like I just want a little bit more reach when I'm taking cameras or taking photos. But I do like that they have it on there, and I think the macro cameras to me is like something that's like you take a picture and you don't realize like, oh wait, I can get this close, and you can get a surprising amount of detail. And so I really like the fact that it's there at all, on top of having, you know, what looks to be a pretty solid main sensor and ultra wide camera on top of that depth sensor. So if looking at specs, 12 megapixel ultra wide sensor, 64 megapixel main sensor,
that's
5
megapixel
wild. Depth sensor, and 5 megapixel macro sensor.
And a 64 megapixel main means you can crop in pretty nicely too.
Right. So even though it doesn't have a dedicated, you know, optical zoom, you do have you know, that ability to crop in a little bit. And then just to kind of round things out, there's a 32 megapixel, so pretty high res selfie camera. Gotcha.
Meanwhile, the iPhone SE has what, a 12 megapixel?
I believe so. Yes.
Just a 12. We scored that thing 80, which I thought was surprisingly low at the time, but in perspective and in context with like Android and everything at this point, yeah, sure, totally makes sense.
And just to confirm, it's a 7 megapixel selfie camera on the iPhone SE.
Okay, gotcha. Anything else you want to mention about these phones? I mean, they're exciting. I kind of wish, I know they're really popular too worldwide. Samsung sells more of these than like the flagship S series. These are really nice, but also like it makes me wonder, like, why would you even get an S series phone, right? Or are those just for the Uber nerds at this point? Because you can get a really great phone experience that'll last you, you know, several years with an A series at this point.
Oh, absolutely. And altogether, it's a really good phone. I mean, there are some small differences in terms of like, you know, you talk about the A series gives it that premium luxury feel. And so they, you know, Samsung mentioned, oh, it's got a bright screen. The screen tops out at 800 nits, which is nice, but it's 1300 nits on the S22 and even higher on the S22 Plus and Ultra. So, you know, you're definitely looking at those levels. And it's the same thing if you step down to the A33, it's got a 90 hertz screen instead of 120 hertz. So it's, you know, you can definitely see where like, you know, those price breakpoints. And you really got to decide, like, you know, how much you want to spend, how much you're comfortable spending on a phone. But I think, to your point, it's like, if you don't want to spend a lot, do you have a really compelling, at least, you know, on paper, phone for under $500 with the A53?
For sure. And also, like, what is this competing with on the Android front, right? Like, people are mentioning, John O in the chat has mentioned, like, yeah, this is a direct Pixel 6 competitor. That thing is going for $450. That thing looked really nice too, although we've noticed typical Google like software issues around that. But in terms of hardware, in terms of features, Pixel 6 versus this thing, like, do you have a preference?
I would probably still go with the Pixel 6. The Pixel 6 is about $200 more expensive, give or take. And so, you know, the Pixel 6 is kind of, to me, in a different class, just because it has like that glass design, you know. And it's interesting, you see like Samsung talking about their like new design, and it's kind of contour cut, but then they smooth everything out and they gave it a new name. And so it's like, you know, you definitely see there's a gap between, you know, what companies consider as their mid-range and then jumping up to the flagship level,
right? Oh yeah, Pixel 6 is $600. Just to confirm, I was thinking there was a Pixel under. Would it be the 5A?
Yeah, there's the 5 and then the Pixel 5A. Yeah, and so those, to me, the Pixel is kind of a different thing. It's like, especially the Pixel like A series stuff, they really go for, hey, we're going to put really good cameras, you know, very similar to what you get on like the flagship Pixels. You get a nice OLED screen and you get a very simple design, and that's about it. The A series definitely feels more bare bones compared to Samsung's new A53.
For sure.
Yep.
So in terms of like under $500, mid-range Android phones, this seems like it is top of the heap right now.
Yeah,
how would you?
Absolutely. I'm going to be like itching to review this because like, you hit it. It's like, this seems like a really good space, especially for the specs and for the value. It'll be really interesting to test this one out.
Definitely. It seems really exciting. And hey, I think mid-range phones are always a little more exciting than the flagships because it's a struggle to like fit in good hardware with a decent price point. Are there any like OnePlus devices or anything else that like would be a competitor to this?
There's some more Motorola phones actually.
Right.
OnePlus, if you like, not counting the Nord series, we're still waiting to get the OnePlus 10 in the US, and that's a much more expensive device. So it's really Moto, the Pixel A series, and obviously the new A53 are kind of your main contenders.
Gotcha. So main takeaways from this, it seems really impressive. We don't know as much about the A33, so US pricing for that will be really interesting to see. But anything you want to call out for that one? Because we basically spent time with the A53.
Yeah, I mean, it's the A33. It looks, you're still going to get some manner of 5G support and that 90 hertz screen, which is very nice. And it looks like, we're getting IP67 water resistance for both phones, which obviously great to have.
Sure.
And then, the kind of iterative software updates. So you're getting One UI 4.0 across both devices, or 4.1 across both devices. And, a lot of the new security features that come along with that.
Gotcha. All right. Anything else you want to mention about any of these phones, Sam?
I did notice that it was kind of interesting that they called out 25-watt fast charging, which is the same as the S22, but it's still slower than the 45-watt fast charging you get on the S22 Plus and the S22 Ultra. So it's kind of interesting to see how Samsung is approaching charging speeds on its new phones.
I just hope Samsung is very, very careful with all that stuff. Whenever I hear fast charging, I think of warm chargers, and I think of warm chargers, and I think of exploding Samsung phones. So hopefully we're well beyond that. I mean, right now I have a car that I'm also worried about, like batteries having fire issues. So electricity and batteries is hard. Those are hard things to deal with. So I hope Samsung has figured all that out. And stay tuned. Hopefully we'll be reviewing this one soon. All right, let's move on to a review of the Mac Studio, or at least my review, and chat about it. I really like this thing. It's a cool mini desktop. It's actually kind of funny that I reviewed this thing right after I reviewed the Intel NUC 12 Extreme, which is basically take the PC mentality of a mini desktop, right? Like fully configurable, fully upgradable, a little more annoying to put together. It's not as seamless, but in terms of value and upgradability, like there's a lot going on with the NUC. Mac Studio, very, very nice. Check out my review. I gave it a score of a 90 because I think it is kind of exactly what a lot of Apple fans, and especially creative professionals, have been asking for. A very, very powerful little desktop, more powerful than the Mac Mini for sure. It has kind of all the ports you need. It has several I think like 4 Thunderbolt 4 USB-C ports, but it still has USB Type A, has HDMI, just like all the good stuff you'd need. And it starts at $2,000, which to me, that is kind of a deal for the power you're getting, because that model starts with the M1 Max chip, and to get like a MacBook Pro, like the 14 or 16-inch MacBook Pro with that would cost you at least $2,800. So you get a decent amount of power. So like for video editors and stuff, I feel like that's really compelling. Step up to the $4,000 M1 Ultra model, and you just get like a ridiculous amount of power. And I was lucky enough to have both here in my home office and test them both, and cool stuff. Just really cool, like really fast.
So I want to ask you about, like, because it starts at $2,000, but then if you want that M1 Ultra chip, you're looking at $4,000, and that's that's a pretty big jump.
But people in this price range, people here who are making their living editing 4K video or 8K video or whatever, 3D rendering, they are already spending like $3,000 to $4,000 on powerful rigs. So like, I think that's it.
Right, you got to make sure you put it into context. In that, like, they actually really are targeting professionals with, especially the new M1 Ultra chip.
For sure. And you know what? This has been a rough thing for Apple, because it seems like for years they forgot how to actually cater to professionals, right? Like, what did we get over the last decade, right? We got a failed trash can Mac Pro, which took years for them to like get away from that because it overheated and the design was so bad. Then they introduced the iMac Pro, in 2017, and that thing started at $5,000. And in our initial coverage, we were like, "Who is this for?" Like, it's not upgradable. It's not like as fast as it should be.
And that's the thing that didn't make sense for professionals. It's like you said, it's not upgradable. It's like, put the computer guts in a separate box so that, hey, I can have a nice display and keep that for years. And if I want more performance, I can get a new desktop and not have to worry about changing literally everything out.
Exactly. And then in what was it, 2019, they gave us the redesigned Mac Pro that everybody was waiting for. It's a beautiful machine, really nice box.
It's even more expensive.
It's more expensive. It starts at $6,000 at the base level. And once you start adding like maybe more hard drive space or more RAM or something, easily you could be spending $15,000, $20,000 plus on a single desktop. And it really seemed like Apple was thinking, okay, the Mac Pro is really just for professional studios, like people, industry houses, big VFX companies, things like that.
Right.
Like
it was completely out of touch for the normal person.
Right. So never normal, not even like a normal, like creative professional, I'd say, like just elite performance. And that thing was so so far removed from consumers. Like they never even sold the Mac Pro in Apple stores. You had to it was basically a custom order thing, as if you were buying a server or something.
It was designed for like Pixar to make blockbuster movies on.
Exactly. You could even buy it in a server rack. So like just rack it up like you would, in a studio or something. So for this thing to come in with a decent amount of power for $2,000 and for double that power, because the M1 Ultra chip is basically two M1 Max chips like stuck together, for $4,000, all of a sudden like that pricing starts to make sense. The only big downside, which I noted, is that it's not upgradable in any way. So this is truly a sealed, mini Apple desktop, because of the way the M1 chips work.
The way the RAM works, it's soldered onto the board because it's shared between the CPU and the GPU, and
it's in the chip. Like the RAM is on the M1 chip. So because Apple wants both the CPU and GPU to have direct access to that, so it's a unified memory architecture, and the cost of that means you can't just throw in a new stick of RAM. Also, I was surprised, like you can't even just like open it up and stick in a new SSD or something. And I think
which you can do on the Mini.
Yep. Oh yeah, you can do that in the Mini, huh? That is weird. I feel like Apple's just so in love with their like beautiful seamless designs. Like just give me a port on the bottom or something. Like if Sony can give PlayStation 5 users, an SSD port on a freaking game console, I think Apple can kind of make it work on a system that's actually meant for professionals, and that would give it more longevity and stuff. I don't know if you remember this, Sam, but in the throughout the 2000s, even the iMacs were like upgradable to a point. Like there was a little slot underneath the screen where you turned it over, unscrewed it, and you could put in more RAM. So it's not as if Apple has not thought about this stuff before, but I do feel like, that's the one big downside. I will say this, like when you're speccing out the Mac Studio, I do think like the hardware, for a lot of people, maybe the hardware will be fine. Let me just look up my stats here.
Yeah. Oh, and one other thing, small thing I appreciate on the Mac Studio. Hey, there's ports on the front now, which fantastic. Thank you for finally doing that, Apple.
Exactly. Ports up front, 2 USB-C ports, 1 micro SD card slot, because thank you.
Photo editors everywhere be like, oh, thank you. Yes, finally.
Yes. Remember, Apple remembered ports exist. Apple remembers USB Type A ports exist, and I really appreciate that. My one thing is like, I feel like the headphone jack should be up front, because I know a lot of video editors and a lot of folks are like, well, I'm always plugging my headphones in and out. It is on the rear, and it is right next to the power button. And I'm like,
that's the last thing you want to do. You go to plug in your headphone. Oh, suddenly my project is closed and shut down.
Yeah, I mean, your system would just go to sleep, I guess. But it's also like that like heart-stopping moment of where your computer goes blank and you don't know what's up and if you saved your data or anything. So I question that design decision. But beyond that, like this is pretty good. Let me just see here. Let me find the ordering page. I think the really interesting thing is that maybe people won't need to upgrade the RAM because Apple is doing a decent job of you know, of actually sticking in a good amount of hardware in here.
Right.
Like
And it comes with a base 16 gigs of RAM. Is that correct?
I think even more. Like, and this is what I'm trying to like look up in all my searching. Bear with me.
Yeah.
All my searching. Okay. The base M1 Max model comes with 32 gigabytes of RAM. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
And a 512 gigabyte SSD. You'll definitely want to upgrade that if you're actually doing work. The base M1 Ultra model, which starts at $4,000, starts with 64 gigabytes of RAM. So you're getting a lot of memory in there for the price, and you probably won't need to worry about upgrading. But I will tell you, my my review model for the M1 Ultra had 128 gigabytes of RAM, and just like the raw power in that little like 7.9 pound box, 128 gigabytes of RAM, a 20 core CPU, just ridiculous amounts of power. It was it made me feel like I went Super Saiyan with computing power.
Yeah.
The benchmarks and stuff all basically make it seem like the M1 Ultra Max Studio twice as fast in almost every way as the M1 Max model, and the M1 Max model pretty fast, like faster than any like 10 core PC we've seen. Go check out the review, go check out like some of the benchmark stats. I think my main thing is that it is still a Mac, right? So you are limited to doing Mac stuff. That means no gaming, or at least very little gaming. You've got Apple Arcade, and you've got like a handful of Steam titles which run fine. Shadow of the Tomb Raider actually ran decently, over 60 FPS. On the let me think here, on the Max model, it was 30 FPS at 4K, and as you scale down, like it would get faster and faster. You're never going to buy these things to game. It's more like count yourself lucky if a Steam developer decide to make their game compatible. Whereas with a PC, once you start building out PC, you could do anything, right? You could be playing Elden Ring when you're not working. And also there's like no access to anything for VR on the Max too. And if you're working in 3D, I know a lot of people who like having a VR headset nearby so they can actually go in and look at their assets in different ways, or just like play VR games too. So I do think like these are strictly for creative professionals, not as much for people who want to do like more fun things with their hardware, I guess. But hey, that is what the Mac audience is really looking for usually. I hope Apple comes up with a way to maybe use these GPUs in better ways for games. Like maybe give us like an emulation layer, similar to like what Steam is doing with the Steam Deck.
I was just
what
about
Valve
to say
is
that.
doing. Yeah. So like there are ways to do it. We know that these chips can emulate Intel processors really well because they have certainly ran x86 apps really well. So like games is like the big thing for me. And even then VR is going to be, you can't emulate that. You have to like really support that. So overall, I really like the Mac Studio. It is not for regular consumers. It is for people who need to do some freaking work. But for those people, this is kind of the machine they've been waiting for. Any thoughts, Sam? Like, how do you feel about this?
I mean, I really like that there's a step up from just the Mac Mini, and I think I think it just really fills in a good gap of, hey, you want something more powerful. You might not be, have a graphic design studio who's going to pay for your machine, and so here's this thing. It's more affordable than the Mac Pro, and it's pretty fast. I was going to say, would you feel like, for most people, if they're like thinking about this, just stick with the M1 Max version, and then if you know that you have like a specific use case or whatever where you need that performance, then you can think about that $4,000
for sure. Like if you are working with 8K projects, if you're working like 8K video and huge files, then yeah, you may need the Ultra. But you know what? Like Apple gave us a Final Cut Pro project that was mastered in 8K, and I was able to like export it and test the timing and stuff. Both models like exported that like 35-second video in 22 seconds. The M1 Max was like a fraction of a second slower in terms of like encoding that video into 4K. The M1 Max was like 2 seconds slower. So that sort of thing, like if you're mastering a big project over and over again, like those couple seconds could add up for some people. But again, if you're just dealing with plain 4K and you're not like juggling the massive files, and I think the base model will last you a very long time. Certainly like audio producers and stuff, where you don't even have as big files. It's just video or just audio. Like to me, that is a better sweet spot. But it's nice you have the options. The sticker shock is there, but if you go look at a PC that's comparable, you know, you're going to be spending a similar amount of money.
Yeah, I mean,
even
if you're
more.
like, you know, if you can find one, you can get like a 3080 GPU. You know, that's going to be, you know, $700 to $1,000 depending on
3080 at this point. Like,
right. And
okay,
I'm talking normal prices, not like scalping pandemic prices.
Market price for 3080. Even the market price was what, $1,000, right? So
something, right around there.
There was that. But yeah. Pandemic prices, chip crunch prices means a 3080 is going for 2,000 plus. It was at this point, even more from what I've seen. So there you go. You know, you have all this power in a cute little box. It fits neatly on your desk. It is kind of big, but it's more like a design statement. You know, it is something. It's like, hey, look, I'm serious. I'm a serious professional. It's kind of like what people who had some of the early iMacs. It was like a design statement. It kind of told you had succeeded in a way, or showed off to the world that you were a type of designer. I feel like this is that. It's not like the Mac Mini where you probably just want to hide that thing. It doesn't need to be up on your desk really, or it could just be in a corner. So I will say that, like, as a design statement, it's very beautiful too. And I think it's really cool. Check out my video review over at YouTube, and check out my full review at Engadget.com. Do we want to do Q&A?
Yeah, let's do a bit of Q&A. So my first question is, do you remember the name of the marketing guy who took us through most of the Samsung A?
They don't have names.
I don't. He was a global Samsung guy, and
he introduced himself just once, and then I don't think that there was any like reintroduction or any like name tag for him.
It's not like an Apple event where they're like, hey, this person is an expert in this field and they're talking about their life's work or something. You know, it is marketing guy sitting like a marketing guy.
And maybe I missed it. This is the first time I've seen this guy in a Samsung presentation.
I've not seen this guy before.
So the thing that I'm wondering about is, can we speculate on what leadership position he held in his frat? Because I just got that vibe from him immediately.
Oh yeah,
like
sitting
guy...
on those like diner chairs too. Like
he just gave me the vibe of like, I am the like events coordinator for like Phi Delta. I didn't go to a school with frats.
Yeah, same. They were banned at my school. Yeah.
I looked at him and I was like, that looks like a frat treasure to me.
The full evolution of frat bro. Yeah. Sorry that guy. I don't want to rag on you too much. I'm gonna actually, why don't you guys
although if you do happen to see this, Mr. Samsung marketing person, please email us at podcast.engadget.com and tell us what position you held in your frat.
We salute you. I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick, but you guys chat amongst yourselves and with the chat room. I'll be right back.
So this is a great time for me to cop to this because Devendra would be very annoyed, but
he can get it out while he's away.
Yeah, exactly. So on the plane, I am in Florida. I'm not usually in Florida, but I am in Florida. You can see by the background, I'm staying with family and catching up with people that I wasn't able to see during the pandemic. And so on the plane down here, I watched a bit of the Mitchells versus the Machines on the plane, on the actual plane TV screen. That's the thing that Devendra would object to. But the thing that he would be okay with is the fact that I said, you know what? This movie seems like it's going to be really good. Dev has said that he loves the Mitchells versus the Machines. And so I decided, okay, I'm going to leave this for watching on a better, bigger screen.
You know what? I appreciate that. Because it's
I wanted a little sample of something, but I said, okay, this is too big for me. Or
it was like you got a taste, and it's like, oh, I want to make sure that like I have a good meal. So he's like, let's hold it off for a better time, and then hey, go home when you got a big screen TV or whatever. Yeah, I get it. But it's also that's also like kind of brings up an interesting point for me, where it's like, a lot of airplanes spend a lot of money putting displays in the back of the seat ahead of you, and it's like most people's phones look better than that display, and it's just like at some point it's like, I'm not saying that they should stop doing it, but at some point they will, and I can't really blame people I mean, I wrote a rant last year for another site before I joined before I joined Engadget.
Another site.
Yes,
Another
and
site,
it was
which
just
will
like,
not be named.
Yeah, and it was just like just talking about like, oh, my Z Fold's screen. That's such a better display for watching movies on a plane than anything I've seen in the back of a seat.
So we do have some, speaking of phones, we do have some comments about the Samsung A series thing that I banked from the podcast portion, not so much the actual A series video portion. We have username 0021 who says, no mention of the A73, was waiting for that model, TBH. User Jiffer also says that, or kind of in response to username above, said that they had to get rid of the A73 because it would destroy the market for the S22 Ultra sales. Not sure if that's true.
They meant S21 FE. Yeah, the A73 and the S22 Ultra are not in the same category.
Cornell Waugh says A53 looks way more compelling than the 22 edition of the iPhone SE. I think that was your main takeaway as well. And John O said, IDK, I'm tired of all these huge phones.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a 6.5 inch screen on the A53, which is definitely large.
Although edge-to-edge screens, at least form-wise, are a lot smaller than big phones used to be. So
yeah, that's something a lot of people don't think about. Is like they hear the size of the display, but they don't realize that a lot of these phones are actually physically a tiny bit smaller than phones 3 or 4 years ago because of the reduced bezel. Absolutely.
Okay, yeah, it's a tiny bit smaller, but like if you have non-basketball player sized hands, that still means that it's more screen than you can really get to.
Yeah, maybe.
It depends. I think 6.5 is smaller than you might imagine. I don't have large hands and I don't really have an issue. That said, among the move to big screen phones in general, I do think that I would like to see more smartphone companies, deliver a premium compact phone experience. Sony in their Xperia line is like kind of the only people who's doing it. And then
the iPhone Mini is a thing still, but not selling well.
It does. Yeah, it never sells well. And like I saw some rumors recently, and this is obviously not confirmed, but it's like Apple is considering dropping the Mini from the standard iPhone lineup, and it's like that makes me a little sad.
Where will the small hands people?
Yeah, it just makes me a little sad. I love a good compact phone.
I mean, it almost seems like those things are chasing a need that it may be a consumer misperception, right? Like my wife doesn't have huge hands, but I bought her an iPhone 12 and she's like, that's gonna be too big, and she's using it and it's fine. Like it didn't even take a learning curve. It was just that it didn't have the huge bezels from her older devices, and like she could hold it comfortably and she's gotten used to it. The downside we saw with the first Mini, right, was that you lose a lot of battery life because you have to have a smaller battery in there. So
especially when you factor in 5G.
Yep. So it almost seems like functionally those things are hard to do, at least with 5G. Like maybe make those only mid-range models. Maybe that would make sense for a lot of people, but not a premium mini phone. Yeah.
So John O just said in the chat that I'm not an iPhone guy, but the Mini was super compelling. I think it is. And also for kids, I mean, if it weren't so goddamn expensive, it would be
have premium
a great,
phones.
It would be a great phone for kids.
Yep. Again, mid-range mini phones.
I remember years ago when the 5C came out. I had just started working in a big office, and there were a couple of people who were chatting near my desk who speculated that the 5C was specifically a play towards kids because it was plastic, it was cheaper,
I missed the 5C. That was a nice.
I did too. It was colorful. It was nice and cute.
I think I maintain that at least among the before Apple lost all the bezel, like the iPhone 5 was my favorite iPhone design, just because of how sleek it was, and it was long, but it felt good in your hand. And then everything got really chunky, a little too big.
So
do we have any more questions? Or
Yep. Before we move on, Jonathan Anderson, chat regular, has a question that is specifically good for reviewers. Has anyone tried an A series phone and really missed anything from the higher end Samsung lines?
Yeah. So for me, I don't know if miss is the right word, but I definitely sometimes wish I had a telephoto camera or optical zoom phone or a camera that you don't get on the A53. And I'm a big proponent of wireless charging. It simplifies my life a lot. Just like I throw it down on my desk, I have a wireless charger, and then whenever I get up, I don't have to worry about it. I know the phone is fully charged. And so those are probably the two things that like I probably miss the most in terms of like the A series versus the S series. But aside from that, like I still like, the value for money is really, really compelling.
For sure. Okay, I think we can move on.
Yep.
Move on. I killed the Linktree story.
Yep,
go
that's
ahead.
fine. One last comment from dude named Charlie. Only hate the battery life on the Mini 13. Yes, smaller footprint, smaller battery.
Smaller battery, and
also
still
5G.
same processor and 5G. So it's like it is tough to keep up.
Okay, yeah. So let's talk about Disney stuff before you start cyberbullying.
Yeah. Okay, you want to do that first? We will do that first. Let me just pull up the IMDb's for these things. Okay. And I will talk about the other space thing in my pop culture bit. Okay. Let's move on to some other news, and just a few things this week. But I want to shout out the Disney Plus teasers because Disney is on a freaking corporate roll. We got the teaser for Miss Marvel, the new show featuring Kamala Khan, who is she's a New Jersey teenage girl. She gets like Captain Marvel-esque powers. It's really cool. I like the comics. I think the show and the teaser we have seen look really fun. And she's played by Iman Vellani. Do you have any broader thoughts about this, Sam? Like, it looks fun to me. It seems like less of a, oh my God, here's another like MCU dour thing. Certainly more fun than like Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I think, right?
Absolutely. This is like the most Disney Plus show that like Disney has come out with yet. It's such a perfect, it's hitting at the like, we're making a Marvel show for teenagers, but still taking on some like what seems to be some like more, heady topics. And as a Jersey City resident, I love that it's like, hey, it's not in New York City for like everything else in the Marvel universe seems to be. And I really love it. And I also like kind of find it interesting how like I used to watch Stargirl, and that was like a really wholesome, kind of similar similar show. And this seems like they're just one-upping Stargirl in a way that's like kind of trashing on the CW, but at the same time, that's kind of what Disney does. So it's interesting from that.
That's what Disney does. I mean, they're just very, very good at it. I mean, it seems like they just have so much more budget, and they have like, I think they give creators a little more room to kind of like have, do interesting things, like between how Loki turned out and how how WandaVision was really interesting too. Like, they're still constrained by the boundaries of the MCU, but at least like on TV, the creators have a little more freedom than they do on the movies, at least. So and appreciate that.
And it also seems like they're kind of playing with the art style a little bit, or just like the cinematography, and like they're bringing some of that like more comic booky effects in there, which I think it's fun. I appreciate that.
It's fun. It's also like, I don't like stretchy powers in general because they tend to look weird, but we'll see how this one goes. Like, Kamala Khan is very much into like having a big fist and beating people up. This seems cool. We also saw the teaser for Obi-Wan Kenobi, bringing that show back, and I just want to say, it is weird the effect that Duel of the Fates still has on me. Like, I
noticed that right away. It's like, oh, bring me those Phantom Menace vibes.
I'm tired of Tatooine. I'm tired of Obi-Wan. I don't care about any of this. And then Duel of the Fates starts. I'm like, damn it, got me back in.
Mhm.
But yeah, this is Ewan McGregor is back as Obi-Wan, like as a slightly older Obi-Wan. We have already learned that Hayden Christensen is going to be back as Darth Vader, which I'm really interested in seeing because I like him as an actor, even though the prequels did not do much with him.
Right.
And yeah, this looks like a nice big, like this looks like a proper Star Wars story in the way that the was it the other show, the what's his name, Bounty Hunter Man show did
Mandalorian.
not.
The
Yeah,
Mandalorian and also
not
the Book of
Mandalorian,
Boba
the
Fett.
other
Boba
one,
Fett.
the other
The
Bounty
book-
Hunter show.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, so no, go back and do that
Yep.
better.
Do that better. It certainly looks more Star Wars than like Book of Boba Fett did, which was a fine show that was like a Saturday morning sci-fi thing that eventually like transformed into a season bridge for Mandalorian 2, which some of that stuff was really cool. But that was really small scale. You know, it felt like they never really left the sets, whereas this is like looks like huge sets. You're on battleships, you're on like you've got inquisitors running around. My only thing is, good God, what did they do to Rupert Friend? I don't it doesn't work. Like a character who is basically like a bald Darth Vader, I guess, or like Darth Vader without the mask and younger. He looks bad. And Rupert Friend is an actor I really like from things like he was on Homeland for a long time. Not so much here. Let us know what you guys think. And yeah, what do you think, Sam, of all this stuff so far?
Yeah. I mean, I think like if you look at like Star Wars shows and movies in general, I think the two biggest like gaps in the like Star Wars history is what happened to Obi-Wan and Vader during the gap between, you know, the main Star Wars series and the sequels that came later, and then what happened to Luke. And I think in certain respects, the Mandalorian and the Book of Boba Fett are kind of filling that in. And you know, now Obi-Wan is kind of filling that in on the other side. And it's like, I think people just want to find out what happened in those years that we didn't hear about. And so I really like that.
Yeah. As long as you could tell a compelling story, sure, I'm down. Let's just get off of Tatooine though. Like let's
we talked about this. It's like you gotta stop going back to Tatooine for everything. You can't have shows that start off somewhere else and then like, oh, magically we're back on Tatooine again. It's a galaxy far away. There are a ton of planets. Let's go somewhere else, please.
For sure. So I'm excited for this. I'm excited for Miss Marvel. There's been a good run of TV. I will be talking about the Halo show in our pop culture section at the end of this episode. There's a lot of cool stuff happening. So yeah, keep an eye out for all that. Let's move on to our other thing, which is real quick. I wanted to help our podcast producer, Ben Ellman, out because he has been on a quest to buy a new MacBook Pro for I think as long as I've known you, Ben. Like you keep talking about needing to upgrade your computer,
yeah,
so,
I mean like pretty close to as long as we've been working together. And then I was basically waiting for, I was thinking, okay, maybe, you know, like MacBook Pro 2019, but I didn't really have enough money, and then like the pandemic hit and all that stuff, that ended up becoming a lower priority. They announced M1. I was like, okay, cool.
Yes.
Like it seems, let's see what happens with a M1 MacBook Pro, because previously it was just M1 in the MacBook Air. And then they just announced MacBook Pro M1
the M1 Pro and the M1 Max.
Yes,
yeah,
M1 Pro, M1
fall.
Max, MacBook Pros in what was it, November of last year, October, November of last year. And so I've been saving up throughout. I've been, you know, I saved my stimulus. I've been saving a little bit every month. I'm doing well. I was trying to figure out what credit card to put this on, because a lot of credit cards have those introductory deals of spend X amount of money. The question is this the best thing for me to get?
Yes.
I would like to ask the chat right now, if I weren't to get a M1 MacBook Pro, what else would I get? I also put it to you gentlemen that I'm talking with.
Yeah, I mean, my immediate suggestion, that was basically because I saw a bunch of Amazon deals that hit this week. So anybody looking for a MacBook Pro, I don't know if those sales are still up, but they basically took $200 off the 14-inch and the 16-inch MacBook Pro. Ben was interested in going straight to the 16. I feel like if you're working in timelines, if you need a lot of screen real estate, that makes sense. The real question is like, how much RAM do you get? You know, is the M1 Max upgrade even worth it? I do feel like M1
well,
Max is
I'm
a
not
big,
going.
big,
Yeah,
that
I'm
is a
not going
big
for
price
M1
jump.
Max. The thing that we were talking about is whether or not 16 or 30 gigs of RAM made more sense.
Yeah.
You were like, you'd be very happy with 16. I said that I'd like 30 just to cover all my bases, because
Sure.
when you are a media producer, sometimes you go where the wind takes you. My best example of this is Adam Ragusa. Do you know about this guy on YouTube? He makes cooking videos.
I do. I watch all his videos.
So, Sam, do you know where Adam Ragusa came from? Do you know what he was doing for
He
work?
used to be a radio guy.
Uh-huh.
I can't remember if it was NPR, but he was a radio guy. Yep.
So he worked for a couple NPR stations. Then he moved down to Georgia to work at a university. And so he was like the journalism professor in residence at I do not remember what university. I can't look it up right now, but
it was Macon. It's
Okay.
in Macon, Georgia. I don't know what schools are around there, but yeah.
Okay, so Adam Ragusa moved to Macon, Georgia to be a journalism professor down there. While he was doing that, he decided, maybe I'll just brush up on my video skills and I'll start making cooking videos. That's what he does full time now. He has, I think, more than 1 million subscribers to his YouTube channel. So the thing that I find interesting about this is that if I wanted to move into something else, maybe not drop radio entirely, but use videos.
You want to be the next Adam Ragusa. Yeah.
Well, if I wanted to use videos as a way of promoting my radio work, if I wanted to make high quality TikToks or something.
People are making those things on much, much lower spec machines than these. Like they're doing it just on their phone.
Maybe yes, TikToks were not a good example. But if I wanted to move to more high quality videos, I think that it would be good to cover all my bases, have that more RAM.
Well, so
yes, I'd be paying the Apple tax for more RAM, but whatever.
Here's the extra context, which I need to make clear, and I'm just looking at the 16-inch pricing now. So if you want, I'm just gonna spec this out. So here's the thing, and the Amazon stuff is still on sale. You could get $200 off of the 16-inch MacBook Pro, the 10-core model, 16-core GPU, 16 gigabytes of RAM, for $2,300. That's $200 off. If you were to go to 32 gigabytes of RAM on that same system, that would cost $2,900, because that's not on sale on Amazon. So you'd be paying at normal Apple price plus the upgrade. So I'm a practical guy, and I can think of so many more things you could do in your life. Like if you end up becoming the video pro that you may see yourself as being, Ben, like, and I tell this to everybody, plan ahead for a couple of years with your system. But if you end up like needing something completely different, it is not that hard to sell your computer. Like you upgrade, you move on. But that would be my advice, especially I come from the experience of like helping people buy a lot of computers as an IT guy too. Sam, any thoughts?
So I always try to get as much RAM as I can afford. The thing is that, like, obviously because RAM prices for Apple machines are a lot higher, it's not like you have a Windows PC and you can just throw some more sticks of RAM in there, and so that always makes it challenging. My question is, I'm gonna come at this at a different angle. Is that you already have a laptop? Would you consider buying a Mac Studio? Because that way you do get 32 gigs of RAM base. Yeah, and you have an as good or even better processor, and you can still have your laptop for when you need to be on the move.
Let's be clear here. Ben's laptop is 10 years old.
Yeah, I have a 2012 MacBook
Ben
Pro.
needs a new laptop.
Yeah, I need a new laptop. I would need a new laptop, period.
In that case, just get the 32 gigs of RAM and just bite the price. Yeah,
and that's what I've been saying since I've been putting money away. It's in a totally separate account. I don't even see where that money goes when I put my little bit away every month. So to me, that money is already spent. I was totally okay with not getting this Amazon deal that just popped up because I've been so focused, tunnel vision on this.
Also, and if you're actually keeping a laptop for 10 years, then you'll get a return on your money, because that's twice as long as even like most people dream of keeping a laptop. And so, yeah, absolutely.
I don't
It's
know.
twice
Do you
as
plan
long
to
as
keep
some
this
people
one?
keep their marriages.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
many other things. Okay. I guess Ben is going for 32 gigs. I mean, I'm just like, hey, I have a lot of functions when it comes to determining value and everything. So you have crossed over the line of like good value, but it's going to certainly last you a long time. Yeah, let's hope Ben gets to order his thing soon. And folks, if you have questions about buying a laptop or a phone or whatever, shoot us an email at podcast@engadget.com. We'd love to help you like step through things. This is one of my favorite things to do. So excuse this tangent, but I think it's a lot of fun. Anything else you want to add, Ben? Like when are you going to pull the trigger here?
I'm gonna pull the trigger within the next couple of weeks, like when I come back from Florida.
All right.
I
Good luck.
actually priced out whether or not it would make more sense to get it at an Apple store in Florida because, like, our state tax is different. But no, it's doesn't make sense to get it in Florida.
The other thing I'd recommend is get the terabyte hard drive because that is going to
Oh,
hurt
absolutely,
you more. That's gonna hurt you
1000%.
more. Yeah.
Yeah, so it would be 1 terabyte, 32 gigs of RAM. So it would be base price $3,099 without
That's,
state tax.
A lot of money for a laptop. Yep.
It's a lot of money for a laptop.
And go Apple Care. I'd recommend this for a lot of folks. If you're buying a big Apple, like if you're buying a super expensive Apple system, may not always be useful for phones, although it's helpful in some instances. Apple Care may be worth it compared to other warranty solutions out there. So there's that.
Okay, so let's
flip this
cut
in.
that segment there. Let's talk
Yep.
to chat just a little bit because chat did have
Yep.
some suggestions. Looking here, yeah. So dude named Charlie says go 32 gigs since you keep your gadgets for such a long time. That's absolutely true.
Yep.
But also suggests what about a Dell Precision or XPS? Chris Angelo Perez said, I was thinking the same, that 32 gigs of RAM. Dude named Charlie said, yep, 16.
It's like
is
asking
the
somebody to
equivalent.
change their religion. You
Yeah,
can't.
I-
You can't.
And I get this.
Yeah.
People ask me this question for phones all the time. Do I go Android or iOS? And it's like, if you have not made that decision yourself already, I am not going to push you. Like I'm not going to suggest you switch camps. The only time people can switch from Apple to Android or vice versa, or Windows to macOS or whatever, they have to be ready to make that jump. Forcing someone to do that ends in tragedy every time.
Because you'll be the support person, or you have to run away as a like flail as a
right.
and
Like if they're not ready for this, like why doesn't it work like this? It used to work like this on my old Mac, Android, whatever. And it's like, look, you have to.
You chose to do that,
right? You have to be willing to be like, there's going to be an adjustment period. It's okay. Things are going to be uncomfortable for a little while, and you have to be okay with that. And then things will start to get better. But you have to be in the mindset of like, okay, I'm ready to switch.
The other thing I chat out is like for that price, you could get a sweet razor. You could get a sweet razor and have some good game time, Ben. But
okay, but that goes against my idea of having bad screen and good screen. Bad screen is the work screen. Good screen is the play screen.
Sure.
So this is almost a form of self-control. Where you're trying to make sure, hey, I don't screw around too much because I can't.
Exactly. Like, yeah, I'm not just going to like drift toward like opening Steam while I know that I have to do something.
Although there are a lot of good Steam indies that play just fine on Mac. So,
that's true.
Putting that out there.
I mean, and I have in the past thought, okay, maybe it would be a good idea for me to really have a separation between work and not work and use different OSs for work and
maybe
browsing and play.
That's an excuse to get like a Windows Mini desktop or something, but you know. Okay, let's move on so we can end this podcast. We just got a couple seconds to work through, folks. Okay. Let's move on to what we've been working on. I'll shout out my stuff. I'm working on an IRL story about my new car, the Chrysler Pacifica Hybrid, the 2018 model. And the story around that has changed quite a bit because that thing is currently under recall. So I can't even use the EV function that I spent months testing on that freaking car. I have a lot of thoughts about it, though. Like as a car, I really enjoy it. As a family car, it's really nice. With gas creeping up to $5 around me now, it's like I would love to just plug this in again. So I'll be writing that up for next week. I'm also working on a review of the Paramount Plus Halo show. I'll talk more about that in our pop culture section. Sam, what are you working on?
So Motorola announced the Edge Plus a little while back, and that's coming in. So stay tuned for a review on that next week. It's kind of, for anyone who missed it, it's kind of like more affordable, not quite budget, but more affordable take on the Galaxy Note. And so it comes with, it has active stylus support, and you get a lot of handwriting recognitions. But unlike the Galaxy Note line or Galaxy S22 Ultra, there's no onboard stylus storage, so you kind of have to get a case, and so it's a little.
Oh my god!
A little more
what
awkward.
Are you doing?
I know. I don't understand it. If you, my feeling is that if a device supports a pen and you company wants people to use the stylus or the pen, put a storage slot on it or make magnetic or something. Make sure whatever that you're not going to lose the pen and it's always there with you. But it does start at $800 to $900 depending on like promotional pricing, which is $300, $400 less than a Galaxy S22 Ultra. So yes, more affordable, still not quite cheap, but Motorola has seemed to be leaning into this, like, hey, we're going to start making more phones with styluses because for a long time, Samsung was the only company that was doing it. Sure. Hey, that's nice.
And I mean, I hope Motorola starts making better phones. I do miss seeing some of those Moto devices. What else are you working on, Sam?
I got some new laptops in. We were talking about the Asus Z Flow 13, which is, short, keep short and sweet. It's kind of a Surface Pro for gamers, which is a really
tablet.
Yeah, it's a really interesting idea, but the design is really interesting. It's got a little see-through. I love plastic see-through design stuff. It's like very 90s in a way that I love. In the back, and putting that much performance in like a tablet form factor is like, oh man, suddenly like you put a controller in your backpack and you can game, play Forza Horizon in great like high fidelity graphics wherever you want, and that's kind of interesting.
Yeah, I'd be interested in seeing your review, Sam. Like I benchmarked a prototype of that thing around CES, and also handles like it feels bad as a tablet. It feels like a really, really bad tablet.
It's definitely chunky. It's a big boy.
Too big, and even the Surface, like you can make it lappable, right? Like you can balance it on your lap, do some typing and stuff. It's way too top heavy, but I want to see what your final things are. Yeah.
If you're not using it on a desk, it's like, oh, this could fall over at any moment.
Disaster. Yeah. So we'll see. I'm looking forward to that, and a lot of cool benchmarks from that one from Sam. Around Engadget, we've got some other stuff. Just want to shout out, we have an article on how to recycle your used and unwanted gadgets, which is a question we get a lot. And this is a good guide from Chris Nodis about like, your many, many resources. Check that out. I know Best Buy is taking a lot of things for folks. There's always electronic recycling.
Yeah, I have like
many
neighborhoods in my place of like things that I want to recycle, because I'm constantly changing out gear, and so every 3 or 4 months I'll make a trip over to Best Buy, and Best Buy is pretty good about taking most stuff. They do charge you to recycle monitors and TVs though, so that's one thing you should know.
That makes sense. I try to like hand down old monitors and stuff, like or TVs even, like people like these things. Okay, let's move on to our pop culture picks for the week. Sam, what's up on your end?
Yeah, so I haven't been watching as much TV, but I have been playing Triangle Strategy on the Switch.
I can't believe they didn't change that name. Like, I swear to God. Yeah.
I can't decide what's worse. Octopath Traveler, which was kind of like the spiritual predecessor to this, or Triangle Strategy. I mean, I don't care because I am like SRPG tactics strategy game nut. And so I'll play anything.
Same,
and I'm pretty much at the end of the game, and I've been having a blast with it. The one thing that anyone should know is that it's very much a slow burn. It's really text heavy. It's, very much like Final Fantasy Tactics in that it's like this grand political opera. And there's like, 3 different countries and factions like warring between each other. And there's a lot of branching routes. So like, there's 3 or 4 different endings depending on, decisions that you make during the game. And there's a new game plus, but there's a lot of just like exposition and just like dialogue in between. Like I was getting like maybe one battle every 45 minutes. And so like forewarning, like, just be prepared. It's a slow burn.
I played the demo for that, and that is freely available. And I like almost wiped my entire party in the first battle. And I was like, this game is rough. It's rough,
methodical, and hard mode is legitimately like one wrong move, like people die in 2 hits on hard mode, and so you really have to be like, oh.
And are you playing hard mode?
No, I tried that for a little bit, and luckily you can switch difficulties on the fly. I tried hard mode to see what's up, and it's like, this is too tedious for me. I don't have time to like carefully map out 8 turns ahead of me. Like, I like the challenge of normal mode. Hard mode is, it's just like I want to get through and play more battles, and hard mode makes things take longer.
I like the look and feel of this Square's like HD 2D thing.
I love it.
Like,
there's some shots where like you get the pixel kind of the sprites in front, and then you get this like gorgeous like bokeh in the back, and it's like it's someone who grew up playing 16-bit games and like all the classics like Chrono Trigger. I love the art style. It's one of my favorite things. Absolutely.
It's oh man. Speaking of like Final Fantasy Tactics, you can buy that on pretty much every platform now. It's even on iPhone and iPad, and I'm just waiting for them. Like, just you're remaking everything, guys. Either remake it or give me like a fully formed sequel under.
Oh man, I would love like a real sequel to Final Fantasy Tactics for Switch or whatever.
Or if you do the remake, like give us the Delita story. Give us the story of the other side character, main character, and different perspective or something.
And later this year, there's going to be a Metal Slug Tactics game, which is like kind of wild to me, but I'm I'm really looking forward to that one.
Looks beautiful. What else is up with you, Sam?
And for TV, the new season of Top Chef is, Ben mentioned Adam Ragusea. The new season of Top Chef is out, season 19. Bravo is kind of like a trash channel to me because they have like all the Real Housewives stuff.
Yes.
But Top Chef is still like unquestionably to me the
best.
It's
still going strong, apparently.
The best cooking show on TV, and I'm really enjoying it. They're only 2 episodes in so far, but I'm already like trying to pick like who am I going to root for. There's an Asian guy named Sam, so I was like, okay, I can't. He's obviously like going to get a little support from me, but we'll see who else.
Yeah. I like Top Chef. I was always more into Iron Chef before, and I always felt like a slightly lamer Iron Chef. But
we could talk for hours about Iron Chef Japan. That was like holy grail of like cooking shows to me.
Amazing stuff.
I preferred over Iron Chef America, but absolutely.
The sheer drama of Iron Chef Japan was really, really good.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to some of my stuff. Speaking of games, actually, I've been playing Tunic, which just came out, and that is a cute, like little Zelda-like Fox game. So just wanted to shout that out. That is on Game Pass right now.
The art style for that is incredible.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's like I always prefer sprites, but it is a very nice, like almost cel-shaded polygonal style, and very much like Elden Ring, which I'm also playing, but very much like not telling you things. So you have to explore the world and do a lot of things. So I'm really enjoying that. I've also seen the first couple episodes of Halo, the new Paramount Plus show, which premiered at South by this week.
You gotta tell me, because I'm so curious. We've been hearing about a potential Halo TV show for so long, and now it's actually happening, and I don't even know what to think anymore.
It's been in the works for over a decade at this point. Steven Spielberg is still attached as a producer, and I hear like he's looked at some of these things. It is a really weird show because first of all, the very first scene is about rebels, people who are like fighting against the UNSC, which I believe was a concept in the games. Like they have mentioned rebels before. But what's really interesting is that we really have the perspective of the rebels at first, and specifically one rebel girl. And the UNSC is presented as like a straight up like military dictatorship, which they always were. But now it's more like Starship Troopers, where it's like, yeah, this government is real bad.
Completely flipped the perspective on its head, because usually it's like they're talking about UNSC versus like let's take down the aliens or whatever.
Exactly. So I think that part is interesting. And it's not a kids show. Like there is the aliens appear. Forget the names now. But they appear in that rebel community and just wipe everybody out, and there are heads exploding and like people, like it is gory as hell and super violent. And then the Spartans show up and they kick ass, but it's also like there's some stuff. I think the action is pretty basic and pretty like satisfying, but it's also like very CG heavy at times because of the Covenant CG aliens, and because a lot of the Master Chief stuff and other Spartans, like a lot of their stuff is CG. If they're jumping or just like maneuvering a lot, it feels a little weightless. I like Pablo Schreiber as Master Chief. He's like good voice work, good like physicality to him, but the writing in the show is kind of all over the place and not so great. I appreciate the perspective change though. slight, not even a spoiler, but like the show basically becomes the Mandalorian within the first episode. So
I was going to ask, how do they handle the helmet on, helmet off situation?
I mean, I will put a spoiler warning up here now for anybody who cares, but helmet is off by the end of the first episode.
Okay,
like
that's just weird to me, but yeah,
he is just straight up like talking, with his face, and it gets even more so like over the second episode. So they're not doing the Mandalorian thing where it's like gospel. Although in the games we never really got to see his face, so that is a thing. I wish the writing were better. I wish like a lot of the characters didn't feel like stock sci-fi people. I'll be writing up this as a review. It's not like terrible. It's just weird. It's coming at a weird time, science fiction television, because it's like you've got the Mandalorian out there, you've got Book of Boba Fett, you've got Foundation on Apple TV Plus, right? You've got The Expanse, and these are all like really smart, interesting shows. Foundation maybe not so much, but Foundation just looks so good that you're like, fine, it's a fun watch. This show kind of looks cheap at times. It's not super well written, so
it's almost like it's been in development for so long that they didn't have time to like update it to like where modern sci-fi TV shows.
I don't know. I think the people work at like actually writing it and producing that was not the full 10-year span, so they have had time to do it. But if the show had come out like 5 years ago, I think we would have been like, oh, this is really interesting. Like, look at what Paramount Plus is doing. Whereas now it's like, you've got Mandalorian out there giving you like a full, like almost big budget Star Wars adventure every week, and it looks fantastic. So it's just really hard to compete with that. So yeah,
it's good to set expectations.
This will be premiering on Paramount Plus later this month. I'm just trying to get a specific date. First episode Thursday, March 24th. So next week, we'll keep an eye out for my review over at Engadget. All right, I'm just going to round out this section. I'll close out the show just to make life easier.
Okay.
Thanks for joining us, folks. Our theme music is by game composer Dale North. Our outro music is by our very own managing editor, Terrence O'Brien. The podcast is produced by Ben Ellman. You can find me online at Devindra on Twitter. I also podcast about movies and TV at The Filmcast at thefilmcast.com. And you can find Sam
on Twitter at Sam Rutherford.
All right. Yeah, give Sam a shout. Give Sam a follow for sure. You can email us at podcast@engadget.com. Leave us a review on iTunes and subscribe on anything that gets podcasts. Thanks, folks. We're out.
Okay.
All right.
We might have a couple minutes to talk to chat, but we also want to give Julio some time to change over because he's got other stuff to do. So Chris Angelo Perez and I were just talking about Radiolab. And like what it's like watching people work at Radiolab.
Seems like the dream environment. Yeah.
I worked at WNYC. Like my first job in radio was interning at WNYC, like feet away from where the Radiolab people worked. And I mentioned to Chris that people just laid on the floor a lot, just the floor of the office while listening to mixes. And it was just like not seen as weird. Maybe it would be weird if you didn't work for Radiolab. Like maybe it was a Radiolab only
or other
sort of
furniture to recline on.
Yeah. I mean, they had. I can't really illustrate it. Like I'd need to draw a picture or something, but no, they didn't have couches.
I've been to that studio for some recording, so it's like they don't have much space. So
yeah, they don't have a lot of space. You probably didn't go upstairs though,
no.
Did you?
No.
Okay. Because like there are 3 floors that WNYC occupies in that building, and Radiolab was on the top floor along with a bunch of other things. Chris also said that, it's I bet discussions turn to highly abstract ideas about sound. It would be amazing to hear those discussions. I think so too, and that's why I started going to New York City Radio Club. It's a thing for radio producers and people highly interested in radio. It took a long break during COVID, but maybe we're getting toward a point where we can actually hang out in a room together. People who work in radio are generally very highly conscious of not wanting to spread the virus. And God, where are we? Like, what era are we in the pandemic now? Are we done with it? Are we?
I mean, the government wants to be done with it, and some people want to. And meanwhile, it is like raging like hell in Hong Kong. So
weird.
We are apparently lemmings who learn nothing as a civilization. So I don't know. Good luck to everybody. Stay safe.
Good luck. Good luck. Stay safe. Wear your
Stay
mask.
safe.
Check
Also,
out
I'm in Florida, just so you remember. I wish that I could have gotten the new allotment of COVID tests from the federal government before I got down here, because I'd be taking them once every 2 or 3 days. I had to go and buy a 20, one of those 20-something packs, $20-something packs of 2 tests, just to make sure.
Yeah. Be safe. Get boosted, everybody, and mask up, even though a lot of people seem to be. My daughter's daycare is now making masks optional. I'm like, guys,
same here.
We're so close. Just don't. Every time we've gotten close, and it's gotten worse. Anyway.
True. So we've got Chris Angelo Perez also suggested maybe couches were too creaky for people to lay down and listen to mixes. I don't know, but it's a good possibility. It's an interesting possibility. I also want to put a finer point on my computer situation.
Okay.
I have a 2012 MacBook Pro. Yes. I have not had this machine since 2012.
Okay.
This is a 2012 model that I got in 2016 off of eBay. I was broke as a joke. At that time, and I was like, my old 2008 model MacBook that I had all the way through college died, and I was like, okay, I can't do this anymore. I need to get something new and fast because I'm doing job applications, so I'm not so broke. So that's one thing. I've only had this actual machine for what is it now?
It's still a 10-year-old computer. It's still a 10-year-old.
Okay, yes. I personally have only had this machine for 6 years. And then another part of it. It's not like I'm trying to be a YouTuber. It's just I want the ability to possibly do videos.
You want the flexibility.
Yeah. Yes, I want the flexibility.
Also, you can do that with 60 gigabytes of RAM. Unless you're trying to edit a 4K feature-length video, like a feature-length movie in 4K, you'll be fine.
The thing that I mentioned in the chat that I wanted to mention, during that actual section, is that I don't know, maybe things will take me in a direction of it would be cool to travel for work more or something. And video people travel way more than audio people. Let's just be real about that. You actually have to be on site. So, what if I would want to do something similar to what I'm doing now. So, Vox's the website Vox, their approach to video is very much kind of like NPR, but also video and explainery and wonky.
A lot of graphics, not really.
Yeah, and graphics and stuff. Yes. So if I wanted to do something like that, it would be nice to have the extra compute power. Just want the flexibility. That's all I'm saying. We're also in the chat where Chris Angelo Perez is talking about how Hong Kong is not so great right now. Hong Kong's virus situation is not great. Although, Chris, can you verify for us? I thought you were living in the Philippines. But if you happen to be a Filipino living in Hong Kong, tell us more about what it's like in Hong Kong.
Yeah, shout out to Richard Lai from Engadget Chinese too. We have folks over there. It's a tough situation.
Yeah. My parents live in Taiwan, and they haven't. They came over here and haven't been able to go back because of the quarantine. Basically, if you're a resident of Taiwan and you want to go back, you have to quarantine for 2 weeks in a hotel and pay for a hotel stay. So that's several $1,000s. So my parents have been kind of stuck here waiting to go in the US, waiting to go back to Taiwan until they kind of ease up the quarantine procedures.
It's rough, but Taiwan has stayed pretty safe, at least. They've had good,
luckily, yes,
good restrictions because of that. Yeah,
they're sweating because of current geopolitical situation, but it's at least in terms of the virus, they're a little bit more safe.
Chris says he's in the Philippines, but speaking of geopolitical stuff, every time we go to Taiwan and Taipei for Computex, they do the air raid test, and that is always
is that just something that they do regularly?
They have to do it. They have to do it, and they everybody, you stay inside. They tell you have to be inside at this time during the event, and then they, the jets go by. But the last time I was there, it was like I was in the convention center having like some soup dumplings or something, and it was like torrential rain, jets flying by, and I was like, am I just in a Godzilla movie now? Like, that's what it felt like.
Yeah.
It was just like, and the building has like a full like windowed roof too, so you're just like seeing everything. Just wild stuff. I miss it though. I hope, and Sam, I hope you get to come with us next time we go.
I'd love it.
Yeah,
that feels very cyberpunk. Although
it was very wild. Yeah.
There we go. Get a little bit more light in here. Okay, yeah, but I think that we are pretty much done with the show. Thank you, everybody, for watching and listening. The video and the live stream comes to you via our video team, which is comprised of Julio Barrientos and Luke Brooks, but it's powered by everyone in the chat. Thank you for helping make this fun. Thank you for remembering stuff that we forget and pointing out new things that we wouldn't have thought of. If you've stuck around this long, just download the episode. If you were watching the live stream, just download the episode when it comes out.
Or set us up in your thing as an auto
download. Set us up as a auto download in your podcatcher, and then you'll never have to think about it. And you also support us in that other metric of download numbers. Also, you know that we live in a world of algorithms better than the average person. You, the engaged Engadget viewer, rate us 5 stars on iTunes or any other podcast forum, podcast marketplace that you can find. It helps us find new listeners, and new listeners find us. Thank you, and have a great week.
Thanks, folks. Bye.